Hello and welcome back to yet another board game channel where we will be doing yet another episode of our playthrough of Mansions of Madness 2nd Edition, the Cycle of Eternity scenario. Before I get properly started, small error last episode pointed out to me by viewer, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing this right, Marav L. So, thank you for noticing. I did say at one point during the middle turn 5 of last video, that Dexter should have gotten, at one point dealing with the witch, should have gotten a face down damage. However, I accidentally gave him a face down horror instead. So we're going to be taking that away and replacing it with a face down damage properly. We'll just put this back on top of the pile because we never did see it. Alright, so we will get right back into it. Let's just get out the app and continue, confirm. Now it's going to load our game, and not a lot is going to happen this turn. Largely because Mandy can't do anything. She cannot move. And there is nothing else in the space for her to do except possibly interact with Eugene. Oh, okay. We can have a little more conversation with Eugene for her action. So we'll go ahead and do it. Eugene calmly tells you what happened before you arrived. Several robed figures entered the mansion through the side door and took Mr. Vanderbilt to the attic. Soon after they arrived, I could hear them chanting. So, for an action, Mandy will ask, "Where is that?" "Those ruffians took Mr. Vanderbilt to the attic. You can get to the attic through the west door of the hall." West door of the hall, so presumably over there. No, west is the other direction. So the one that Dexter's right next to. Mr. Vanderbilt likely keeps the key in his... Wait, I'm not sure if he would want me trusting you with this. Got to test her influence. Mandy's influence is 4. That's not bad. Of course, we don't know how many successes we need for this particular one. Just... We did get 2, however. No clues for her to use. So, 2. Alright. Mr. Vanderbilt has a hidden office that he often retreats to. The door is hidden in the estate's library, which is through the east door when you get into the hall. It uses a very strange lock hidden behind a bookshelf. The burglar instructs you how to open the secret door in the library. Gain 1 clue. There we go. Mandy finally has a clue she can use. For a second action, there's still almost nothing she can do. Let's see if... No, please hurry, Mr. Vanderbilt is in danger. There is nothing else she can do in that space. So, in that case, we will move on to Dexter, who is up in that hall. So we now know from speaking to Eugene that this door is likely locked, and that we'll need to get past this door to get to the library. So, thing is, first of all, for his first action, Dexter is fairly badly hurt. He's got 4 out of 6 health damage. If he gets a couple more, he's going to become wounded, and that's not a good thing. He does, however, have on him the bandages So as his first action, he's going to use this. Discard up to 2 face-down damage, then discard this card. So we'll pick up all 4 of his damage cards, give him a bit of a shuffle, and get rid of 2. Dexter is now feeling a little bit better. For his second action, well, we're going to have him move 2 spaces down to the other end of the hall. That is it for the investigators this turn. So now we will just move on to the Mythos phase. The room gets very cold as the lights become blindingly bright. Your ears pop as every light in the room burns out. Place darkness in each space in the lobby. Each investigator in the lobby, neither of us, suffers 2 horror. Not an issue. Okay, let me just get some darkness tokens. I'll be back in a moment. Alright, here we go. So, it's now nice and dark in the lobby. Basically, what darkness means is that if an investigator is in a space with darkness, they cannot use clues. Presumably they're just stumbling around in the dark, unsure of what they're doing, so clues are not going to help them. Yeah, the only way to fix that is some kind of light source. Did anybody have... Oh, yes, in fact, Mandy got the... She's carrying around the kerosene lantern, which as well as letting her convert one time all the clue tokens into clue results on the die into elder signs. She can just carry it around as a light source. So she would not be affected by that if she needed to use clues in one of those spaces. And that is it. We are into the next turn, and this time let's remember right away, well, a little delay. This should have gone away at the end of Mandy's turn, her restrained. She can now actually do stuff. So in fact, let's start with Mandy. Let's have her, well, obviously move first because there's not much else going on here. 1, 2. We could have her move again to catch up to Dexter. But examining items, search tokens, can give us more clues, which is very good. So, yeah, for her second action, let's have her look at, right, the mysterious painting of a landscape under a night sky. So she is going to search. Shadowy figures can be seen amidst the landscape. However, something in the stars catches your interest. She gets to test her lore. Her lore is 4. Let's see. She got 2 successes and 2 complete failures that she can't alter, so we will go ahead and take the 2. Oh, this went nicely. You identify several of the specks of light in the sky as planets. They are all occupying the same section of the sky, as if coming into alignment, not unlike the planets in the sky tonight. Beneath the painting, a plaque reads, "In memory of Lilith Vanderbilt. Gain 2 clues," and then discard the search token. So yes, that was worth it, because Mandy now has 3 clues that she can use. All right. Dexter, up in the hall. Let's, again, as I said, searching is good because it'll give us clues. So I think we're going to have him search that table and then attempt to open the door into the, what I'm guessing is the library. So, yes, the desk sits against the wall, being used as an end table. Several large drawers locked by a combination. Oh, we may have our first puzzle if we do this. Yeah, let's give it a go. So he's going to search. You attempt to unlock the combination lock on the drawers. Tap to attempt the puzzle using observation. Let's check. His observation is 3. What that means, because it's our first puzzle, he gets 3 attempts at opening, well, at solving this puzzle. He could also use a clue to get an extra step. This one, there are a number of puzzles. This is, I don't know if anybody remembers the old game Mastermind, where you had to figure out a code and it would let you know if you had anything wrong, if you had anything right in the right position or right in the wrong position, if that makes any sense. Here, what we'll do is we'll go for our first guess, and numbers can repeat. So let's just try 111 and guess. Okay, that means we do have one correct number in the correct space, which we have to because they're all the same. So we know there's a 1. So let's try 1, 2, 3. Okay, we now know 2 of the digits. Well, we know that we have 2 of the digits. So the 1, which is not in the first place, because that icon means we have a correct number in the wrong space. So the 1 is either in the second or the third space. And we do have either a 2 or a 3. So let's try 2, 1, 4. I may be going about this poorly. Oh, holy cow. I was actually right. on my last try, I was correct. You figure out the combination and the drawers pop open with an audible click. Inside you find a grotesque statue of an octopoid dragon and something else that might be of use. Gain the Elder Sign pendant common item, the grotesque statue unique item, and 1 clue. Wow, jackpot. We found quite a lot. Yeah, let me just step away for a moment and look for everything. All right. So here we have another clue for Dexter. That leaves him with 2 clues. He gets the Elder Sign pendant, a bit of equipment that allows him to roll 1 additional die while evading a monster, and the grotesque stone. There are actually a number of these in the deck. But yeah, it's basically just a piece of evidence. Thousands of years seem to be recorded in this statue's dim and greenish surface of unrecognizable stone. Presumably collecting all these bits of evidence will help us at some point. All right, and that was that. Oh, yes, let's get rid of the search token. So now, for his second action, Dexter is going to try to open this door. Yes, a wood plaque marked library is fastened to the center of the door. This is what we want. The door creaks on its hinges as you push it open to reveal the library. Bookshelves line the walls. Discard this Explorer token and set up as indicated. Again, back in a moment. Alright, there we have the library with not a door. Right there. Let's see what else appears. A pile of research materials that have been recently used sits on a small wooden desk. That one right there. A robed figure is pushing a bookshelf back into place. Place a search token there. I assume that means we are going to need a monster. The robed figure draws out a strange idol and begins chanting. Before your very eyes, a terrifying creature appears out of thin air. The cult member speaks some words to it in a strange language, but the creature turns on him, tearing him to pieces before your eyes. Well, that didn't work out too well for you, did it? Spawn a deep one in the library as indicated. Then suffer 2 horror, which we can try to negate with our will. Okay, let's get a deep one. Alright, there's one. Deep one, which is aquatic, which is not going to be an issue in this scenario, I think. The monster can move through impassable borders that represent water. Flavor text. It is some terrible and powerful fusion of fish and human being, croaking, hopping with deadly teeth and claws. And right, so Dexter has to make his horror check. He's defending against 2 horror using his will, which is 3. Let me just remind myself of his items. Right, he's got the lucky cigarette case as well as his clue tokens. Tell you what, we want to block 2 horror, so we're going to use the lucky cigarette case. Once per round, you may convert an investigation result to an elder sign. Alright, so we negated both horror. You may move 1 space into the explored area. I'm not inclined to right at the moment. Because, yes, if we go in, we will be within range and it will be able to attack us no problem. But if we stay out here, we aren't in range, and it will possibly waste its time just coming out so that we are within range. So, let's end our investigator phase. It was, despite a monster showing up, pretty successful. Creatures fill the air, wispy and floating aimlessly. This Mythos event affects each investigator in the lobby. That is poor Mandy. What's Mandy going to have to deal with now? Trying to catch them is tempting, but the capricious wisps evade capture. Will check requiring 2 successes. Let me just remind myself of how to do. Oh, Mandy gets an extra die because of the Holy Cross, so she will in fact be rolling 4. We need 2 success, and she got 3. No problem. If you pass, the tiny beings fade from existence. Uh-oh. A robed figure appears from a side door and begins searching around. Upon seeing signs of other people, the figure yells, "There's someone here!" Yes, been there, done that. You hear a muffled response from another part of the estate. Get rid of them. We have another witch. Apparently come through. Let's just move over a wee bit. Over here. Oh, poor Eugene is not going to like this. No, he's not. Whoops, I accidentally tapped it before reading it, so I didn't get the flavor text, but essentially Eugene has run into this room because he's terrified. Give me a moment and we'll move right back over. The deep one moves 2 spaces towards the nearest investigator. Range doesn't come into it, so we're going to get attacked anyway. Then it attacks the investigator in its space with the lowest observation. No choice. The deep one wraps its arms around you and squeezes with bone-crushing force. Test strength, which is 3. We need 2 successes. Yikes. 1 success and 2 failures that we cannot alter, so if you fail, you cannot escape the beast's grasp, suffer 2 damage, and become restrained. I really hate restrained. Let's probably spend most of the next turn attacking it anyway. So he can no longer move. And now we will grab 2 damage. First one. Minor injury. No additional effect. Flip this card face down. Just a flesh wound. And the other, broken leg. You fall as pain lances up your leg. When you try to stand, you fall over again. Keep face up. If you move more than a single space as part of a move action, flip 1 damage face up. Well, he's not moving at all next turn, so maybe we can do something about this. The witch moves up to 2 spaces to be within range of as many investigators as possible. Well, she moves 1, 2, that's as far as she can go. Then it attacks the investigator within range, which Mandy is, with the highest influence. She's the only one, so it is Mandy. Monster attacks. The witch, cackling, sprinkles a green powder into a candle flame. Billowing green smoke rises around you, raising blisters on your skin and sending choking tendrils into your throat and lungs. Suffer 2 damage. Negate with strength. Oh yes, her strength of 2. Come on, Mandy. Now she blocks 1. Let's just grab a... Oh. Cannot catch a break here. Twisted ankle. You fall, clutching your ankle and hissing in pain. You're not certain you can stand. Resolve immediately. Become restrained, then discard this card. At least we don't have to keep the damage. And guess what? Mandy's spending a lot of time restrained in this. Actually, so's Dexter. Alright, now we have to do the horror checks. So, we choose from the monster drawer. Let's just go left to right. Start with the deep one. You notice the oddly slick sheen of the deep one's flesh as its bulging eyes turn towards you. It blinks twice, once with its normal eyelids, and again with another translucent pair. Suffer 2 horror, negate with will. Dexter's will is 3. Oh. And complete success. He's finally getting used to these horrible things. Then we will do the witch. In a voice like honeyed wine, the witch wonders out loud how it is possible to know a thing truly exists. Oh good, it's trying to play head games with us. Test lore. We need 2 success. Her lore is 4. And she's still got 3 clues and 1 reroll for the round. Is it, in fact, yeah, once per round, and the round is almost over. So let's go ahead and use the Lucky Rabbit's Foot to re-roll. Doesn't matter which one we re-roll. Well, we'll keep that in case we want to use a clue instead. Ah, we didn't need to. Success. If you pass, you dismiss such sophistry. Ha! Take that. And that is the end of that round. Well, this is a bit of a mess, isn't it? Mandy, again, is stuck. She can't actually get anywhere near the witch to attack it. Tell you what, let's just leave it there for this episode, and I will ponder my options see if there's any way to get through this without getting more horribly damaged. Poor Dexter has a broken leg and 4 out of 6 damage. He's restrained. He's a little bit crazy. Mandy's only a tiny bit crazy. She's half way to being fully wounded, and she's also restrained. Wow. All right. Well, we'll see if we can pull things off next time. So, thanks everybody for watching. Thanks for all the subscriptions and likes and comments, especially to Merav, hope I'm saying that right, for fixing that error for me from the last turn. And yeah, thanks for watching everybody, and we will see you next time as we continue investigating the cycle of eternity.